All right, look at all the people piling in.
All right,
we gotta get Matt here more often.
We got Matt. Matt, we love this shirt.
Come on, is Matt here? You can't hear? Oh my goodness, we just had a test.
We just had the test.
You can't hear. All right.
All right. Well, hold on now. Hold on. You see, our beloved Larry has the same problems. That's because Matt and Larry are both Mac people.
All right. Is he? Could he hear yet or no? Oh my goodness.
I think it's that we can't hear him. Matt, can you hear us? No, he doesn't know what we're saying.
Oh, he doesn't hear us. Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do? We gotta boot out guests. What do we do? Log on and log off. I don't even know how to send them a message. We were just talking 2 minutes ago. All right.
Here we
go.
You know
what?
You good?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything, so that's why you see this.
So much for rehearsal.
We're only talking about your intimate family members.
No, I can't hear Dave.
So don't worry about it.
You can't hear Dave?
Can you hear me?
How can you not hear Dave? He's on the same thing.
I hear Gene, but not Dave.
Well,
live
television. Possible? It's coming.
How is that possible?
The same...
Oh
hey guys, can you?
Possible either.
Can you guys? Tracy said I can hear Dave. I can hear Matt.
That's weird. If you can't hear, how could it be possibly
Daniel
be?
Says perfectly.
All right, let me try this. Let's do this. All right, they will pop them back on. Does that work? Matt, can you hear us? I can hear an echo now.
I hear Gene.
All right, what about this? Can you hear me? How can you not hear me? It's all
How
coming from your browser.
I think he's on his phone, right? Is he still on his phone?
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Matt, why don't you log off and then come back?
Could you hear Dave yet or no?
Can you hear me?
I still can't hear Dave.
All right, we just were Matt. Do this. Log on and log off, and when I see you, I'll put you back on, and me and Dave will do the show. All right, we'll just try it, and if not, it's all good. We'll have you back tomorrow, and it's all good. But all right, let's do this. All right, Dave. How am I supposed to know if he's back on again?
Well, he's going to come back.
All right, Dave. We're taking off our game.
I got to tell you. Well, we'll see. Give him a chance. Share the stream.
Yeah. Oh, we'll do that.
Technical hijinks going on.
All right.
Yeah, here's Matt.
Here we go.
Back in.
All right.
Guys.
There you go.
Can you hear everyone?
Yeah. Hackers got me again. I knew it.
Listen, Matt,
I was waiting for it.
Please, you're too excited. You're too excited for Gene right now.
Look at hello, George.
I got to do this backwards.
No,
hello,
it's
no, we see it fine.
You see it perfectly.
Great shirt. Great shirt. All right, Donna. See, Donna is actually the only one that actually shares. We know Tracy does. We have our suspicions about Darren.
All right, guys. When we had everything all set to go.
Well, look. Let me throw this question out now that we got people rolling in. Larry's here. Mac fixed the restart prefix matchbook. Larry's he doesn't know. He's had too much coffee today. All right. So, okay. Do you guys think that
look at product placement? I'm sorry, he was doing product placement.
Do you guys think that Bernie Sanders and Sandy Cortez and the rest of the progressives, do you believe that they came up with the Green New Deal like on their own? Like they thought,
I say yes.
This is something that's good and we've got to push this for the country.
I say yes.
Matt?
I'm going to say no and disagree with Gene on this one. It's not Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, Dave. And
Why do I have to? Why do I have to be the guy that says the no, even though I say yes?
Well, because here's the thing, and this is the part that people don't realize. All right, there's a tremendous amount of Russian and Saudi Arabian money that has backed the renewable energy sources and has lobbied Congress through various firms, right? Through various foreign agents.
Legal.
Working on the FARA, have lobbied Congress to change laws to reduce our ability to produce fossil fuels or drill for oil. So Russia and Saudi Arabia. So why do you think they would do that?
Infiltration from within.
Because they want to sell their oil. Saudi Arabia.
That's right. It's so that if they can get us to stupidly not drill the tremendous amount of oil that's under our feet, that means the world will buy more Russian and Saudi oil. So this is the whole premise. All of this propaganda, this is what is behind the Green New Deal, so that we do not export our oil. And we're very busy pushing down our own production so they can sell more of theirs.
We brought this out on the show that the United States now is the #1 producer of crude oil. Now, you would never think that because it's like, oh, it's like somewhere else. But we're the guys when it comes to that. And there's more of that because Donald Trump, and we put this in George Magazine, the Drill Baby Drill, he opened Alaska. All these like, oh, it's so, we got to keep it pristine. Okay, well, you know what? We need some oil.
Now, think about this. They have done such a good job that most Americans, are against the oil companies. They're against the companies that produce the very product that Americans handle every single day in just about everything they use. Think about it. If it's in plastics, if it's whatever it is, hand lotion, you name it, it's got petroleum in it. And the people that are producing it have been vilified.
I know, right. The greedy oil companies and all this stuff. Anyway.
It's a topic that really divides too. So it works on multiple levels.
That's right.
I know.
Right now, 60% of American electricity comes from oil.
Well,
about that.
All right.
60%. 39.8% and rising comes from natural gas.
Okay. Matt, I told you that this 4th of July weekend, I was 24 hours, no electricity. Okay. So we got to keep the freezers going, right? And all this stuff is obvious. We were smart enough to buy a generator. All right. I'll just say the Predator 9000, the best generator you could have. I told Dave, I said 7 gallons only lasted, let's see, 12 hours. Now, just think about this, Matt. You know when you barbecue or whatever, you get the propane? That propane, if you want to know how long that propane lasts, it's like nothing compared to the gasoline. You need it. You need gasoline to run electricity. It's the weirdest thing.
Right. Now, the cleanest source of energy that we have truly is nuclear energy. That's the cleanest and most reliable and everything else, but it's maxed out. It's maxed out. I mean, unless there are more reactors being built, but that's not going to happen. Unless Gene and Matt, unless those, what have we been seeing? Those portable,
the military. United States military. I hate even use the word military. I hate because they're like, oh, the military. The United States government have made portable nuclear power packs that fall out of the plane, and then they can restructure it. So if we have a base, and let's say, hey, we got to set up here. How are you going to get the electricity to run the base? They're doing it through nuclear. By the way, later today, because I'm like 90% done with it, we have a video coming up with Donald Trump talking about posting about John Trump Tesla and the energy revolution in America. So that's coming up after this. Just don't have time to finish it before the show.
So I mean, there's so much here, and Phil brings out a good point. Hydro might be cleaner, but it's not as reliable. All right, so there's that to consider. And Larry, as far as running out, we're not going to run out of oil. That's just something that people that say so they could raise the price of oil, because don't forget, oil producers, the golden point for oil guys is between that $70 to $78 a barrel. That's where they're making prime money. So if oil is sitting there, the oil companies are making, forget about it, crazy.
Right.
Well,
and if windmills, listen, if windmills and solar panels were the future, Exxon would have windmills all over the place. You'd see them everywhere, but they're not. They're not.
I was just going to say, aren't solar panels the perfect example? Because those even were sort of popularized. They became popular, but the cost just never came down enough for most people to afford it, or for it to really go across the whole country. It just, it hasn't happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
So these are all sorts of things to consider when you hear about the price of oil and what's going on with Iran. And right now, I just saw another news flash that we are actively bombing Iran. That's happening right now.
All right. You guys want to get the dispatch started? You guys ready to go here?
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, first up on the dispatch, what we have here is the White House Q reveal. If you didn't get the dispatch, you can get it free at georgemagazine.com. The White House confirms Q is for quantum. Now, I get all this stuff, Dave Blaze, but if anyone would know about this quantum computing here in this room, it would be you. Fill us in a little bit what's going on here with quantum.
All right, so imagine that the fastest computer that we have right now is like a bicycle, right? And there could be a horse. Horses are faster, and then trains are faster than horses, and cars can be faster than trains. But quantum computing is just a rocket compared to all of it. And the reason for that is computers utilize, and I'm going to try and explain this so that everybody can understand. And it's not that I'm smart. I'm just trying to get this information out. So computers work off of binary code, which are the ones and the zeros, right? And they don't interchange them. A 1 means something and a 0 means something, and a combination of them means something else, and that is solid. So with quantum computing, there's none of that. The ones and the zeros are interchangeable. They can mean something, they can mean something else, and so on and so forth. And that's what makes quantum computing so important, because it's being applied to medical advancements. And there's a lot of things in the pipeline that's coming to the public. So just hold on to your socks, because this is
wait, is this going to come to my laptop, which is too slow for me? Even if it's top of the line, I can work faster. My mind goes faster than the computer. When I say that, I'm making videos. It takes forever to render, right? Matt, do you use computers for your music that you do?
Oh yeah, lots of different apps and tools, more than ever.
All right.
Right. There's no binary quantum. Gene, your laptop right now compared to a quantum computer is like you were chiseling letters into rocks.
Okay.
That's how you were writing. That's how you're typing. It's just a completely different animal.
But this is not going to come to the end consumer. It's not going to be.
No. Quantum. No, that's a very, very good point you bring out there. Quantum computing is always going to be in the cloud. There's no way to do that locally. There's just no way. So, but what's happening is, if you notice, like for example, Microsoft and Google, let's take them for example, even Apple, they've moved their main operating systems to an ARM-based protocol as opposed to the x86. Now, most people, if you're running an Intel chip, an older one, you're working on an x86 operating system, which has a lot of legacy code. Microsoft Windows and Mac OS have a tremendous amount of legacy code. Google, on the other hand, is switching everything away from Chrome OS on their Chromebooks, and they're going to Aluminum OS, which is an Android desktop. Android, without any of that legacy code, will be able to communicate flawlessly.
Okay.
Quantum computing. So
Okay, Dave,
when you see these things happening, that's why they're happening.
all right, Dave. You have Matt here with the Hello George 529. Let's just cut to the chase because that's what everyone wants to talk about. Why did the White House say this and all this stuff that Q is for quantum? Well, we all know damn well that what the implication is, that we're talking about QAnon. I hate to use the word QAnon. I know, but it's like,
no, it's not. QAnon is a media term.
Okay, yeah, I get that, but like I want to talk about that. Like when the White House said that, everyone was like, "Oh, he's going to talk about Q," and some people thought it was a nod, some people thought it was a diss. But how is Q connected to quantum?
All right. Let me. I'll just say this. Suppose you have a quantum computer or quantum computer prototype, and you are utilizing prompts of game theory, but also taking into account. You're also taking into account. I wrote this down. You're also taking it into account for humanity. In other words, joy, happiness, sadness, love, loyalty, but also greed, selfishness, and so on as variables, and then figuring out theories of how things will progress. Then you take those outcomes and filter them through a small group, and you have your Q post.
Q posts?
Yes, the Q posts. How do you think they got there?
Yeah, so it's not so much prophetic or predicting exact events so much as it is predicting a certain accuracy of the results, right?
Yeah, but far and above whatever you think these computers can do right now. And that's why all of these variables for humanity had to be added into the mix, right?
Okay, all right.
If you're predicting game theory, for example, in regular game theory, if you ran it on your AI right now or prompted your PC through one of the AIs, the large language models, game theory, selfishness ruins the game for everybody, right? You're all losers when people are selfish. So that had to be applied in there. And that's another reason, frankly, why you see all of the posts that say disinformation is necessary, because that's the variable that's applied for those
things. All right. Let me just ask this then. All right. So Dave, I know because I did a show on it from way back when I say way back when, like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, on Space Force, because Space Force did have quantum computing, or they were working on it, and Trump already did the executive order on quantum computing, and it did go to Space Force. We'll talk a little bit about protection and everything. So when we're talking about that, and Trump's talking about building it, is he also talking about, did the government already have the quantum computing when Q was posting?
IBM has been involved with quantum computing, quantum technology for quite a while. And the reason for that, as well as the Hyperledger, and the reason for that is it started out to protect blockchain. right? And to protect the codes that, keep blockchain secure. So that was all in the works. As far as a finished super quantum computer, there are prototypes out there that are still being developed.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So this is now, guys, let me just point this out. This is why when an individual puts their faith and believes in the Lord Jesus Christ, right, is saved and is indwelt by the Holy Spirit of God and now receives the mind of Christ, this completely botches up the world system. Right? It's like now this person is a foreign creature in this world system. So I just want to throw that out there, because that's one of the things that is not accountable for.
Okay.
In the game theory on quantum computers.
All right, one more, and this is totally unrehearsed. Matt knows this because we didn't talk about that. Dave, Matt's wearing the Hello George. I know post 529, Q said Hello George, but I know this because if you look it up, is specifically talking about media, and then boom, here we are. How could a computer do that if it was a computer, or I won't say a computer, but if humans use a computer, how would they ever come out with that in a million years?
Because the messaging would need a vehicle, right? So what vehicle could be brought back that could have that kind of influence?
Okay.
Who's already aligned with the messaging?
Matt's like,
that's right.
What
that's already aligned. Matt hit it. That's already aligned with the messaging, right?
Matt, is this rehearsed?
No. We were talking about this earlier too, and I said one of the things I don't think that's talked about most regarding the Q posts and predictions and this sort of thing that you're talking about is from a psychology angle, because that's a topic that is really interesting to me. And if any of you know about the 16 personalities, and I'm not going to explain it because it takes time to understand it, everybody pretty much falls into one kind of personality type. It doesn't mean God made a bunch of robots or we're all the same. It just means in the 90th some percentile, once you're a certain personality from your upbringing and things, you tend to do things a certain way. So a lot of that really is predictable. It's not flawless or perfect like you're saying, Dave, but it's very predictable. So to see out 10, 20 years what people might be doing from now, I mean, you guys know there's nothing new under the sun, right? People pretty much keep doing the same things.
And that's where Daniel's comment comes into play. Daniel writes, so are you saying that our personal relationship with Christ is outside this reality of quantum mechanics or quantum computing? And that's correct. It is outside of this world system. So that's why the new man that you're given, right? You're made a new creature in Christ. That new creature is outside of the world system. And that's the internal battle you have, because the Lord chose to give you that new creature in this flesh. So the two war against each other. And through the power of the Holy Spirit, the new man gains victories and gets stronger and ultimately into the image of Christ.
Okay. This is deep. All right, let me do this.
This is deep stuff.
Guys,
people need to hear it now anyway.
All right. This is a lot of this is new to me here.
This, because this quantum stuff is going to come out at you people like a flood. Already we have the Department of War posting something. Tracy, for the heads up on that. I didn't know it was coming today.
All right. I'm just going to say it like this. Dave Blaze is here for a reason. His other company, when I say other company, the other company he spends the other time running is Blaze Team. They are working on the quantum ledger.
Yeah, right now right now we're working with IBM on the Hyperledger, and that's as we're trying. We have an article in the Dispatch today on it as a shield for blockchain.
Okay, let's just go ahead and talk about that. So we already know about this quantum computing. It's basically like a computer, but faster, so you could do more things in doing this. But if the bad people, I hate to say the bad, well, yeah, why not? If it got into the wrong hands, the wrong hands, then they could use it to break down passwords, break into, okay, almost like war games where they break into our computers to launch our weapons, whatever, right? And that's what we're trying to.
The guy in the video gives a very good explanation of this.
He's very boring. I hate to say this. All right, we'll play it. Here we go.
The more disturbing side of quantum computing, which is that it can be used to break the codes, which we use to protect our privacy routinely whenever we communicate digitally. And as you remarked, if quantum computers become capable of code breaking before the world is prepared, that will be a very scary situation. It will mean that we won't be able to do online banking securely. We'll be vulnerable to identity theft. Maybe bad actors will be able to get control of our devices.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And
All right.
let me tell you something. Nation states are very concerned about this. So
What states? What states?
Nation states.
What the heck is that?
All right, like France,
Okay.
Portugal, Germany.
Okay. So we just don't.
States.
Okay. All right.
That would be critical if everybody's information was stolen.
Yeah.
Important.
All right.
Right, and used for nefarious reasons.
All right, Dave, you're in the tech industry. The George Dispatch had this about the article about the H1B visas. The shocking truth why tech companies ignore you, and no, you just can't work for less. Read the article, Dave. I do know that these tech companies hire foreigners.
Yes.
Smart people, right? This all this is about.
There's a couple of things going on, and all right. So just yesterday, Microsoft. Well, this is the second round, but yesterday they laid off the second half. Total of 4,800 workers. It represents about 3% of their workforce, and almost at the same time, they renewed 4,700 H1B visas for people that are already here and working, but their visas need to be renewed. So, of course, you're going to see posts on X that make it look like Microsoft laid off all of these people and then brought in and then applied for visas for foreigners to come in and replace them. And that's not what happens. And that's not what happens at all with these tech companies. They're trying to cut costs.
Right. Okay. All right.
Now, the other thing is, Gene, guys, you got to realize the United States is not pumping out of colleges like India or China or some of these others. They're not pumping out computer techs and doctors and so forth like let's say China and India are. Right here in the United States, our children are BSing around with liberal arts degrees and other nonsense that gets them nowhere.
Well, okay, all right. So here's the thing, though. Vivek Ramaswamy said basically the same thing, and he was excoriated because they're like, "Oh, what are you speaking down to us Americans?" But like, I can't be the only one. I know the tech industry is like, la 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 la. We actually know what's going on. These guys from India, and I'll just say it, the Asians are effective and smart. I mean, can't we just admit that? I hate to be like all like anti-American. I'm not.
No, on the topic, a lot of college students are not really using AI or the latest technologies. They're still taking classes at community college or wherever just following the same roadmap as 5-10 years ago. And so they're behind.
Right.
A lot of them, not all of them, of course, but unless they're self-educating themselves.
Okay, let's do it this way. You know, with the World Cup, right? There's a lot of people that play soccer, like the soccer moms and all that. But let's face it, America's not watching soccer, right? So we don't have the best team. When the children are growing up, most of them are playing baseball or maybe football. But I know this, in high school, no one cared about the soccer team. Nobody. And so you get I hate to say it like this, all due respect, you get a lesser soccer team against other World Cup people. So we're not.
I understand where you're going with that.
You get a smaller pool.
Yeah.
With the H1B, right. But let me paint a picture for you. So the federal government gives incentives for companies to utilize H1B visas, right? And bring people over because we want these top quality, smart people to be working in the United States. Okay? Now, so then they come over, and let's say they're sponsored. We'll use Microsoft again. So the tech person is sponsored in the United States by Microsoft. They come over, they sign a deal for a salary, housing, you know, and all of this. And Microsoft will, as long as they're with Microsoft, they're going to renew their visa and so forth like that. Well, guess what? This person is not going to do. They're not going to immediately go try and find a better job at Google, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
With Microsoft, and Microsoft knows that. And you know the other thing they're not doing? They're not spending every other day in HR talking because they don't like the length of Billy's pants, or they think they're monkeying around with the air conditioning, and it's too cold, it's too hot, it's lukewarm, it's not. You know, I mean, people can be obstructionists when there shouldn't be, and they should just be getting the work done. So you got to also look at this from the company standpoint. It takes a lot of the pressure off.
They get more loyal employees.
I would imagine that. Yeah. Okay. Because if you have an American, it's like, you know what? Screw that. I don't have to work there. Google's right down the street. And they go to Google.
Screw that. I'll be a whistleblower.
Right.
And then they turn on the company, right?
Yeah.
Right. Then they
Spill
turn
secrets.
on the company. Look, we had the greatest work ethic and the greatest working population that the world envied. And somewhere along the line, we went off the rails. And personally, I think it's because years ago, you would have people working at a company for 30, 40 years, and they would retire, with that company with a pension.
I remember that in Long Island, it was Grumman. Like that was, everyone wanted to work with Grumman.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, you got a job for life, and then they were loyal to the company, and the company was loyal to them. But it's like, I guess it's that screwed both ways.
But then what happened is, here's what happened. Along the way, companies stopped being loyal to the workers and started only being loyal to their shareholders. Yeah. So somebody might be there and they're about to get a full pension or whatever it is, and they're laid off. They're let go. And the children of those people see this. How, wow, my father worked for that company all those years and they just threw him out like he was nothing. So the children growing up in that atmosphere realized, if the company's not going to be loyal to me, I'm not going to be loyal to the company. And that's the problem. That's the problem we face as American workers. Now, the H1B visa people, they come in, they're locked in. If they leave, let's say if they're locked into Microsoft, and Microsoft is their sponsor, and they leave Microsoft, they're going back.
And if I must say, this is also the type of immigration we want. I mean, these people come in here, they're smart people adding into it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's almost like It's almost like all companies could benefit from having some sort of contract, for American citizens too, some sort of deal to reestablish that trust.
Well,
But now, Matt, you're thinking about contracting the same people who have grown up telling their parents that their parents need to respect their constitutional rights.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Okay, you got to understand
chairs.
the generation we're dealing with here. These people don't even they can't sign. They don't know how to address an envelope. They can't tell time on a clock. I mean, it's really, we got a problem.
all right.
That is true.
Let's do this. Check out this video here on these visas and how other countries are like, hey, we want these people to come in. These are the type of immigrants. Here we go.
Yeah.
Indians are welcome in Germany. High salary means that Indians are contributing big time to our society and our welfare.
If these talented workers leave the US, it's going to affect innovation. When US workers also come alongside foreign-born workers, the likelihood of innovating and inventing, producing more patents goes up considerably.
Every dream of a parent is to give your kids the best opportunities, and that's what the American dream is about, absolutely.
All right. So there you have it. I'll be honest. It's it's really, they're going against Trump. Trump had these HB1 visas with the and then the companies were paying for it. I don't know where it's at right now. So they blocked
Hold on a second. Con Ed, Consolidated Edison.
Hey, does someone
Right
have who's feedbacking, or is it? I got an echo.
Must be you.
All right. Here we go. All right, let's move on to this one. I want to do the devotional. Do I hear a feedback?
Yeah, a little bit. That's all right. It's all right. Nothing you can do about it.
It's really bad on my end.
I don't hear it.
You don't hear it? All right. Let's talk about this. Mitch McConnell is his wife. I don't know how this works out here. Her husband is in, like, people don't know if he's dead or not. If she's in China, it makes no sense. Does anyone know what's going on here?
No, it's just a really bad echo.
Is it? That's what I thought.
And Matt, you don't hear an echo?
I don't hear anything. No.
Matt's not echoing. Let me see if change my.
My stuff's working this time.
It's not my fault.
Well, so Mitch McConnell basically came back to America, right? But she stayed?
No.
Am I getting that right?
Mitch is in the hospital.
Mitch is in the hospital.
Okay.
Oh, the echo's gone.
I think it was my fault then. Who knows?
Was
All right.
attached. You probably got a strand of that ultra long hair on.
I hear it again, but whatever.
It's probably because we're talking about China.
That's right. We're talking about China. They've infiltrated the stream. What are they saying?
All right. Let's just watch this video here. Maybe this video.
Yeah, go ahead.
At the same time, we're learning Senator McConnell's wife, former Labor and Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao, visited China days after the senator was admitted to the hospital. The Chinese embassy says Chao met with China's vice president in Beijing June 17th, but did not provide more detail.
I don't get it. How in the world could she go there to China? It's not a good look.
All that needs to happen is she needs to come out, a picture of her holding President Xi's arm, walking into a restaurant.
That'd be a good look. Yeah.
Because I'm the only one that can't deal with the echo. We're gonna lose.
Matt, can you mute your microphone? I'll mute my. Hold on a second. How about that?
Perfect.
Okay, so it's Matt's microphone. Matt, it's unmute it.
Okay. I made an adjustment.
All right.
Hopefully that's better.
All right. Wow. This is Go China.
Go team.
Listen, I just want to point out to everybody, it's not
I hear it
China
again.
And as much as I like to blame Russia, it's not Russia. This is Matt and Larry and all of you Apple product users out there. Just saying, that's what it is.
All right, can you hear the echo?
No, as soon as you mute
I moved. Yeah, I muted. Okay, Matt, it's you. I muted.
I turned my volume down, so you
No,
shouldn't
I
be
don't-
heard anymore. We didn't have this issue.
You got Larry-itis. Larry goes through this all the time. Then Larry has some kind of thing that he has under his desk that goes shh throughout the whole stream.
Don't worry, Larry. I got your back. If you're listening now, I'm with you. I'm 100%
All right,
with you.
let's just do the devotional before it's too late. We just do the devotional.
Wait a minute.
I hear
what
that.
I like what this person said. Someone might be listening in and don't like it. Yeah.
That's for sure.
Hey, how about we just make to do no echo? Matt has to raise his hand every time he wants to speak.
That's right. No, we're not gonna. We don't do that to Matt.
This is what it's come to.
All right, let's do the devotional.
All right.
All right, guys. Here's the devotional for today.
Erin's the best. Wait a minute. Sure, it's just like a psychedelic dream.
I know. That's what. That's what I'm saying. Like it can't be as like we're freaking. All right.
Should do the Lou Gehrig speech.
Oh, I muted him. There you go.
Oh, he's muted. Right, Matt.
No,
he muted you when this.
No, he muted himself.
Did
That's
he?
good. Yeah.
There he goes. Oh wait, he keeps muting himself. All right.
All right. Is he gone? All right.
No,
Matt, can you hear me?
I'm still here, but
All right. Let's do the devotion while people do this. All right.
yeah, go ahead. We'll figure.
If you look at the United States and the wider world right now, you see intense geopolitical and social upheaval. In the middle of all this noise and chaos, people are naturally looking for solid ground. They want foundational stability, and many are turning to religion to find it. What they usually find is a concept we can refer to as the God of today. This is the version of God pushed from most modern pulpits, taught in Sunday schools, and published in best-selling literature. But this version offers no real stability. It is a culturally diluted fiction, constructed by human imagination to make us feel comfortable rather than accountable. Seeking refuge from a harsh world in this fictionalized deity is like trying to ride out a hurricane in a house made of paper. It offers the illusion of safety, but collapses the moment it faces actual reality. Let's break down the logic behind this modern deity. Its first major flaw is that its will is routinely and actively resisted by humanity. Second, its grand plans and overarching purposes are frequently frustrated, altered, and checkmated by everyday human decisions. This diagram illustrates a simple logical hierarchy, a creator positioned above its creation. But if a supposed creator can be constantly blocked by the very things it created, the flow of power reverses. A being whose will can be defeated by its own creations holds no actual title to deity. According to the source material we are examining, a god with these incredibly weak attributes doesn't deserve worship. It merits nothing but contempt. If a supposed god can be outmaneuvered by humans, it cannot logically be divine. It is merely a projection of our own limitations, dressed up as theology. Look at this scale. To find the truth, we have to move past feel-good theology and apply a strict rule of logic. If a god is mostly powerful, but still limited by human will, then human will is the true final authority. In that scenario, the god is just a passenger. This leaves us with exactly two logical options. Either there is an absolute supreme god whose will is final, or there is no god at all. A middle ground deity is a logical impossibility. Modern theology attempts to build a home in that impossible middle ground, a god who is powerful, yet cooperative and easily resisted. But as we've seen, that god is just a human invention. When you remove the middle ground, you're forced to choose between a deity who is a total sovereign or a universe with no divine authority whatsoever. This diagram shows the disparity between these choices. The god of today is the microscopic yellow dot, a single flickering candle. The true God is the massively expanding sphere representing the sun. The Bible defines its God not as a helper, but as the great God and our Savior, Jesus Christ, as stated in Titus 2:13. This definition eclipses the modern version entirely. The God of the Bible is defined by one primary attribute: total sovereignty. Total sovereignty means having unchallenged power and unbreakable plans. It means being the supreme authority over all creation, with no possibility of being checkmated by human will. Only an entity possessing this level of absolute control can legitimately demand worship. Anything less is just a weak projection. A sovereign this absolute does not leave his subjects to guess his intentions. He doesn't negotiate his terms. He issues a decree. To find the specific protocol of this absolute ruler, we look to the document that claims his authority. In Ephesians 1:13, the Apostle Paul outlines the sovereign's specific mechanism for salvation. This mechanism is called the Word of Truth. It is a precise sequence: Christ's death for our sins, his burial, and his resurrection on the third day. These three historical facts from 1 Corinthians 15:3-4 lock together into a single, unified protocol. Because God is a total sovereign, this is not a suggestion. It is the established, non-negotiable law of how a person is saved and sealed. The sovereign's decree requires one specific action. The individual is saved strictly by hearing and believing this specific gospel mechanism. This act of belief is simple and direct, standing in sharp contrast to the failing, human-made religious systems we see today. But the decree comes with a warning. The time is short. In a world already defined by the upheaval we saw at the start, the window to align with the sovereign is closing. This is the final ultimatum derived from the text. You must abandon the false, weak God and believe today, before the clock runs out on the sovereign's offer. Clinging to a comfortable religious fiction may feel safe for now, but it offers no protection when you finally face the reality of an absolute deadline.
Okay, very good.
What more
All
can
right.
be said? You know, there's so
Yeah.
much out there for being the no more echo.
Yeah.
There's so much out there for being like they're saying that the God of the Old Testament is not the God of the New Testament, and that the Father of Jesus that he speaks of is not the same God as in the Old Testament. I mean, it's all craziness.
Hey, Matt, could you tell us a little bit about Grace Wave? I know
Yes,
that you are
Grace
a
Wave.
man of faith.
Oh, sure.
We
I
love
appreciate that.
Talk about that, Matt.
So just last weekend, we launched GraceWaveNetwork.com. So most people know me from talking about current events, news, Pastor Bob Joyce, music videos, Christian music, 432 hertz music, and on and on. So GraceWave Network, we've really kind of followed your example at George to combine different topics. Health and wellness is another one, Medexus, current events, and put it all in one place. So it's really exciting because for me, it's all about the kids that we're helping. I talked to you guys last time about GraceWave Kids, and that's a nonprofit foundation that we started last year. So GraceWave Network, it's all to support the kids
Great.
and just
You
just
see
sharing more. Yeah, it's like a hub. You know,
the-
put it all in one place, because social media can be, as you know, a bit all over the place sometimes. So that's where the idea came from, is from what you guys do as well.
Okay, so it's GraceWaveNetwork.com. Beautiful.
All right.
And you changed that from GraceWaveKids.com, right?
It was GraceWave Live.
Oh, it's GraceWave Live. Okay, so now if somebody still goes to GraceWave Live, what happens?
You'll still get there. Yeah.
Okay, so it redirects.
All the old domains are still live. Yeah.
Good. So GraceWaveNetwork.com. Visit there and give Matt a shout out. We were just looking at the site. Looks good.
Yeah, and for those on Facebook, it's just GraceWave Kids. So there is a channel just for the kids and the videos. The mission, it's ongoing mission work that we're doing every week with our volunteers.
All right.
Fantastic.
Before we move on with the
You know what
show,
else is fantastic? Is there's no more echo.
I don't know how Matt did it. He did a great job on it. All right.
Well, I plugged my mic back in. That's what I did.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Plugged his
yeah.
mic back in. Now this is, and I hate to keep talking about Larry because I love Larry, but this is the same kind of nonsense. He goes. We do a video. He's monkeying around. He unplugs the microphone, and then the built-in microphone on his laptop takes over, and it creates all sorts of sound. And then he looks at you like, I don't know what's
Larry.
going on.
Me and Larry are working together. Larry's my ally in the Slack chat. All right.
It's
Larry
not an
goes,
Apple mic.
I don't know what happened.
Guys, don't forget, they are going out. I spent the whole weekend. I hate to be like mad about this, but I'm not. I spent the whole weekend signing books, which is fine with no air condition. So make sure you go get your America's 250th. They're almost done. All right.
Now, a lot of people are asking, "Where's the book? Where's my book? Where's my book?" Gene is it's not just signing the book, because the obvious thing would be he's got a name that's 6 letters long. So how long could it take to sign his name? But it's not the signing. First, each book has to be meticulously numbered. And because these are actual collectibles, right? And copy number 1, Lord willing, is going to President Trump.
Yeah.
So the thing is, they have to be numbered perfectly, and that's excruciating.
That's the hard part.
There's the signing of his name, J-Lo. What do you say, G-Lo? Whatever your name is. And then on top of that, it's numbered again on the inside, and then hand embossed with a notary type embossing over the signature and the number.
Right. These are the hologram stickers. So you got to match the number on this sticker with the number that I write that gets signed and notarized there.
Right.
So
then it has to be boxed up. It's a whole process.
It is, but it's cool. And I'm very happy to do this. But just go there, georgemagazine.com. All right. Talk about Trump derangement syndrome, guys.
And then if he makes a mistake, he fixes it to Jack Ho.
All right. This is okay. I coined a word. Yes. I coined a word today. I said the Fetterman derangement syndrome. I like the guy. He's a Democrat. I like him. I really do. But he's back in the news because he's fighting off the Democrats who are they don't like him very much. But I think he's reasonable. Okay, let's do this. It's not like Massey, who I believe is unreasonable to another level. You know, try to purposely block.
Massey isn't
right. Fetterman is not.
No.
He's a Democrat, but he's like, you know what? Let's be reasonable. Anyway, let's take a look at this video here.
Trump derangement syndrome. If you ever heard of that, it's called TDS sometimes. Usually it's a dig at Democrats by Republicans. It's a supposed phenomenon marked by extreme negative reaction to anything the president does. The Senator Fetterman making these comments during a recent interview on what's called the All In podcast. He said this: right now, our party is governed by the TDS. And now it's made it virtually impossible without being punished as a Democrat to agree something's good or I agree with the other side.
Matt, do you like this guy?
Yeah,
you like him?
Yeah, I like John. I mean, he's just all he's doing is trying to reach across the party line a little bit and say what's reality, and they can't stand him for it. And I like the fact that he doesn't need to wear a suit all the time. I like that.
Right. See, the thing is, the Democrats, their claim to fame is that they're the party of tolerance, right? But on the Republican side, it's like the little rascals, right? When no one agrees and everybody has to, they're wrestling around to figure out what they're going to do. But on the Democrat side, these guys are in lockstep, like every other group of communists. Right? Yeah, they're in lockstep. So if they got one guy that's defecting and going, I think the other side might be right on this. Oh, it's like, get him into rehab.
It's not just an echo chamber from the Democrats. It's a propaganda chamber.
Yeah, that's
how
right.
I like to think of it.
That's right. That's right. It's a propaganda chamber.
You got to get in line.
And the thing is that that's what's so annoying about the far right on X, is that they're their own echo chamber on the far right. So you got to be careful of these people that if you disagree with them, attack you mercilessly with bots.
Yeah. Okay. Really quick, let's just go over this last story here. I do want to touch base on it because it has to do with Greenland, and it's back in the picture again here. This is what Trump said the other day in NATO. I think he was visiting Turkey. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Visiting Turkey. This is what Donald Trump said about Greenland.
Well, that's what hurt my relationship with NATO, because Greenland doesn't help Denmark. Denmark doesn't spend money to really help Greenland, but it's an important part for the United States.
See, this is what I don't understand, but these are the politicians we need. I'm talking about Trump. That's why Fetterman is like he's just like reasoning. That's why we like Trump. Is like, okay, well, Denmark's trying to hold on to it, but they don't need it anyway.
It's a strategic location, right? I mean, for me, it reminds me of like the Pacific for World War II, right? I mean, it was a strategic part of the world that Japan, US wanted to have control over. And although this is a totally different situation, it should be kind of common sense, right? That it's strategic in different ways.
Well, the guys, just so you know, the Golden Dome, is it called the Golden Dome? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Golden Dome has one of the legs, which are already negotiated in Greenland, because there is protecting against missiles coming in, just like the Iron Dome in Israel.
Okay.
So,
do you guys? We need to, and I'll discuss this and then come back tomorrow. On tomorrow's show, we're going to talk about how many nuclear subs and so on are stationed in that Arctic Circle, and the only place in all of that whole area where the United States or Europe, frankly, can dock a nuclear submarine is like one spot. I think it's somewhere in England. There's just like one little tiny spot. Meanwhile, the Russians are all over the place, and Denmark does nothing about it. The press doesn't let the people know what's going on. So it's a very difficult situation, and we need control of Greenland.
yeah. Okay. Hey guys, really quick before we go, if you missed the first part of this, we have now like we're at the highest we've been viewers here we've been. But if you didn't catch the first section when we talked about Q, all right, we talked about Q.
Go back and watch it in the replay.
Go back and watch it, and if you could watch it and understand it, you will know why we are here. We're talking about George Magazine. Okay. How about that?
Hello, George. Find number 529. That's right.
All right. Thank you so much. There you go. Anyway.
Like we said, the message needed a vehicle, needed the right vehicle.
Okay. And here we are.
Right.
Even though sometimes I wish we'd be doing something else. It's not the easiest job in the world, guys.
Let's bring back the echo.
Every time I talk about Q, we get the echo.
I know how to fix it next time, okay? Lesson learned.
All right.
Again.
Very good.
Matt said, oh, they're talking about Q. Q the echo. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. All right.
All right, you guys. Oh, and by the way, in an upcoming Dispatch article, we're going to discuss the 11:11 stuff.
Okay. That, and then there's a new video coming up. New video coming up. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Matt, for being on the show.
Yes, Matt.
Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.